Oh my God, we're back.
We're back.
Where have you been this whole time?
I don't know.
Are you all right?
It's unclear.
Do you need someone to talk to? Ow. Definitely not buying time as I set up some stuff over here. Don't worry about it. Thanks for helping me buy time, Viv. Really appreciate that. That's awesome of you. Dia, Min, and June wait at the horseshoe for their parents to pick them up from school. Did your school have a horseshoe?
Yeah.
We had a circle. It was the bus circle for us.
Yeah. Fond, not fond memories of hanging out at the fucking bus circle.
Yeah.
Good times.
Do you want to be June?
Sure. Is June younger? Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah.
Why does it always take mom so long to get here?
Ugh, I'm so hungry I would even eat a pizza with a pineapple.
All right, this is younger versions. I think we're younger.
Okay.
Mama just let us walk home. Should just let us walk home ourselves. It'd be way faster. Especially if she buys us Heelys.
But if you did that, I'd have to wait for my mom alone. It'd be so boring.
Oh, I thought of that already. We could chat on walkie-talkies while I'm rolling away on my Heelys.
That sounds fun.
These fucking 2002 ass kids, I love them. The three of them peer down the horseshoe at the long line of cars, hoping to catch sight of their rides.
My mom's car is tan colored. They should make cars in better colors like sky blue or pink. Yeah, I bet if they did, they'd sell a lot more.
It's because adults are boring and have bad taste.
They should sell cars with pictures of dolphins on them. Everyone would want one.
You are right, Dia. Everyone would want one. Dia perks up as a beige Toyota drives into the horseshoe, but it's the wrong model.
Did you hear about Barry Bonds? He's in trouble because he did steroids.
What are steroids? They're drugs that make you really buff. It's cheating.
I don't see why they don't let you use them. They're so good everyone should use steroids, right? Baseball would be more fun if everyone was super strong and super fast.
I see. We've got a disciple of the Church of John Boy's thought here. Suddenly, Min jolts upright and shouts as a silver sedan pulls up to the curb.
I see your car. Bye, Dia.
Heat rushes to Dia's face as Min hugs her tightly before dashing off.
Bye. Wait, that car has a side thingy under the door that ours doesn't have.
Min flings the car passenger seat door open, revealing a stranger inside.
Who are you?
Min hastily slams the car door shut and stomps back to Dia and June, who are both wheezing with laughter.
That was the wrong car.
I told you. Dia, I think your car is over there, though. Thanks. Bye for real this time.
See you tomorrow.
As Dia I hope we all still feel good about my decision for Min Sio's voice in this one. Even if it's not what her voice would sound like, I feel like it's the correct energy.
And if you don't feel good about it, it's too late.
It's too late now. This is
committed.
episode 2. You've made your choice. As Dia buckles in her mom's sedan, she peers out the window, smiling a little when she sees Min waving frenetically at her outside. So how was your day at school?
Okay. We had to write about an invention we'd make in class today.
And what did you invent?
A better bed that makes it so your stuffed animals can never accidentally roll off it. I thought of it because last night while I was sleeping, Horny fell on the floor.
Why'd you name him that? Horny? Who's that, honey?
My cow plushie. He's one of Snakey's older brothers. He was all cold and alone for hours and I didn't know.
Maybe you should give Horny a different name like Moo Moo.
Why? It'll be hard for him to get used to it.
You must... You know what? What was I thinking? You're absolutely right, honey. You must have the most loved stuffed animals in the entire world. What else did you do at school today?
I tried to take an accelerated reader quiz on the Boxcar Children book I read.
The Boxcar Children? Are those still going? Do you think they're still...
I don't know.
They can't be, right? They can't still be a thing.
But I accidentally clicked the wrong book, so it made me take the quiz of a book I never read before.
And it didn't let you quit out? What bad design.
Yeah, my classmates all tried to help me though. Hayden read the book a year ago, but he could barely remember anything. So even with everyone's help, I got a 2 out of 10.
Oh no!
Mr. Armstrong said he wouldn't count it for my grade though.
That's a relief at least. The boy waving at you earlier, was that Hayden, the classmate who helped you?
You mean Min? She's not a boy.
Huh? The one wearing a hoodie?
Yeah, she's a girl.
To Dia's surprise, her mom wrinkles her nose in disgust. That was a girl? She is a freak. You should make friends with some normal girls.
Huh? That's not very nice.
But it's true. She looks like a boy. Stay away from her or you'll catch it too.
Catch what? It's not like she has a disease.
You're too young to understand. Only freaks look like that.
It's bad to judge people by what they look
Young
like.
Dia! Young Dia! This isn't a phrase that is commonly used yet, but you are what I believe the future generations would call based.
You don't even know her. She's really nice to me.
I don't need to know her. There's clearly something wrong with her. She's only acting nice because she has impure thoughts toward you.
What's that supposed to mean? Even if she has problems, I can tell her and she'll fix them. We're friends, so she'll listen to me.
You can't change people, especially not weirdos like that. If they're bad, they're bad. It's a waste of time to try.
If you can't change people, then how can she change me into looking like a boy? You can't have it both ways.
Wise. You're normal, so you have to stay away from weirdos like that.
I don't care. She's my friend.
No, you can't be friends with her anymore. If I see you talking to her again, you're in big trouble. Well, we all know how well that worked out. After baseball practice. That worked out well. Meanwhile, freakization in progress. I'm gonna hit you with the beam that immediately takes effect.
Oh my god, I can feel the effect.
Min pushes Dia back against the locker room wall, kissing her again and again. Oh. Go ahead. Do your
keyboard
best.
smash. Wow, this is great.
I love Dia straight up. That's like, wow, kissing is great. This is awesome. They break apart, both panting for air. Pant. A pleasant shiver runs down Dia's spine as Min grins sharply at her. Oh, you like this, don't you?
Dia
is too embarrassed to admit it, so she just nods, her cheeks blazing. You don't need to be shy about it. It's just me.
I feel like I absolutely can't say it aloud, though. Sorry.
Min presses a kiss to her cheek and whispers in her ear, voice low. Dia can feel her smiling, her breath warm on her cheek. It's okay. You're so cute when you're like this. I almost can't stand it.
It's so surreal dating a friend you've had a crush on forever. Sometimes I get scared that us getting together was just a dream, and when I wake up, we'll just be friends again. But it's real. Somehow a miracle happened, and now I'm her girlfriend.
Min holds Dia's hand as they wait for their rides home.
No one knows about us except the baseball club. And maybe the workers at the dessert place we had our first date at. So we end up kissing in the locker room a lot because the lockers block the view. And you can hear if other people walk in.
Oh, the particularly teenage experience of finding places to make out. Did you ever have?
Absolutely not.
Really?
Oh, I was the squarest. I was the least cool.
Really? I was part of the square and uncool groups as well, but I did wind up dating someone in high school, and I do remember having fond memories of, I wonder where the best place on this planet Earth we can go to make out without being interrupted is. And for some reason, when you're a teenager, it's a non-trivial problem. If you need a hot tip, go on a hike. You're outdoors, you're getting at some exercise in, so it feels good. No one's going to question you. And when you get to wherever you're going, you get to be pretty much alone for as long as you need. problem solved.
I see.
You're welcome. If I just saved you a bunch of time and effort. If we just saved you a bunch of time and effort, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
But it's still fun. I love spending time with Min. She can almost even make me forget I have a presentation tomorrow in biology. Assignments that make you talk in front of the class should be outlawed.
What's wrong? You look worried about something.
You can tell?
Of course I can. What kind of girlfriend would I be if I couldn't ever tell something was bothering you?
You're like a mind reader. Psychic.
Nah, I just know you. You got all tense and quiet. So what's up? If someone's bothering you, I'll kill him. No questions asked. I know places to bury a body. I've done it before.
I believe you unquestioningly.
Yeah, that's right. Where do you think I got this cool jacket?
You probably should ask at least 1 or 2 questions. Killing people is wrong.
Okay, then if someone's bothering you, I'll be really mean to them. Who is it?
It isn't anyone. It's just that my group presentation is tomorrow. In biology.
Oh, that PowerPoint you've been working on with Akarsha and Noelle?
Dia nods.
We're supposed to elaborate on what we put on our slides. But I get so nervous in front of everyone that I blank out.
So what's there to be nervous about? You know all the stuff, don't you?
Even if I know all the facts in my head, I can't improvise at all. It's hard to string words together on the spot. I always have to write out everything I'm going to say word for word beforehand and memorize it.
Their conversation is abruptly cut short when a beige sedan turns the corner into the school.
My mom's here. She picks me up after the baseball club if it ends late enough for her to be done with work.
I'll hide. Later, nerds.
Pulls out an orange box and just hides underneath it.
Da 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 da. Da da da.
Min roughly pulls Dia close for one last kiss before dashing out of sight. Dia tries to slow her shaky breathing to a normal pace.
I'm calm. I need to look normal.
Dia gets uncharacteristically clumsy after making out with Min, like a dog who's still woozy after surgery. Maybe if you I'm not one to judge anyone for their makeout game, right? But if you're making out and you're comparing it to surgery afterwards, you might maybe consider opening yourself up to some tips, some gentle feedback on that, all right? That doesn't sound like a good experience for all parties involved.
Or at the very least, don't enroll in medical school.
I mean, that's also probably for the best at that point. She staggers over to her mom's car as it pulls up to the curb.
I'm scared of how my mom will react if she finds out I'm talking to Min again, let alone that I'm dating her. So it's a secret for now.
Dia reaches for the door handle, misses, and slams her head directly into the side of the car. What's the matter with you, hon?
Nothing.
Dia hastily pulls the door open and gets into the passenger seat, trying to look natural.
I like this track.
Oh yeah, this is very good. Very bloopy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how was your day at school?
Okay.
On the radio, a woman sings to a catchy beat. I don't know what that. I didn't know what that song was.
Voice of an angel.
Was that out in this year?
I don't know.
It did come out in 2008. Thank you, Katy Perry.
I see. What the? Did she really just say that? Yeah?
I do like my Katy Perry impression.
Spot on. Can't tell the difference. Is she allowed to say that on the radio? It doesn't break any laws?
Dia shifts uncomfortably in her seat as her mom frowns at the lyrics. I kissed a girl. What kind of terrible song is this? Disgusted, Dia's mom changes the station.
You know how in the movies superheroes have to hide their identity to their families? I'm doing that in real life all the time.
That's right, gay people are superheroes. Specifically in the year 2009.
Isn't there
Or
a
2008.
book about that?
A what?
Isn't there a book about that?
What? Gay people being superheroes?
Yeah. You had me read one.
What? Really?
I think so. I could be making that up.
I'm trying to think. I think the last. Oh, you know what? The last piece of superhero fiction I read was a novel called Dreadnought.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think that they're superheroes because they're queer though. It's just they're superheroes and queer.
Teach the controversy.
All right. Well, third entry in that series when? I don't know if it's already out. Let me know in the comments because I've been waiting for that one for a while. The other day I saw Karsha and her mom at Safeway. She was so outgoing. She even told me about the biology project you're working on together. I didn't even know you were doing a project until Akarsha said so. Why can't you be more like her? I like knowing things about you.
If Akarsha was her daughter, she'd disown her for being bi. Not that she'd know that. I never really know how to fill the silence when I'm with my mom. I don't know what I can talk about with her. She really loves me, but she comes from such a different time and culture that talking to her feels kind of unpredictable. Sometimes she'll surprise me by getting upset over something I didn't expect would cause problems at all. So my safest bet most of the time is just to stay quiet. It's annoying how she's raised me to be afraid of talking, yet expects me to magically turn out like a child who was raised normally.
Gotta love that. You don't have to love that. That sucks. You don't have to love that. That night, Dia tosses and turns in bed, anxious about her presentation the next day.
I wish I could time travel to this time tomorrow after the biology presentation is already over. I don't have my hat on in this sprite. That's unusual.
Do you assume Dia wears her hat to bed?
Apparently not. Though if the answer was yes, I would be like, okay. I need to stop thinking about this. It's making my mind race. I can't relax enough to sleep.
Dia checks her alarm clock.
It's midnight already, and I need to wake up at 7 tomorrow.
Ah, it begins.
I need to fall asleep right now, or else I'll get less than 7 hours of sleep.
Aww.
Yeah. Sometimes when I can't sleep, I fantasize that Min is hugging me and saying nice things to me. Usually this works.
Dia hugs herself with one arm and squeezes her eyes shut.
Min is holding me really close and telling me I'm going to fall asleep in her arms. And she's stroking my side with her hand. Hands. Primates have hands too. And their thumbs are opposable like pandas' thumbs. These similar features are called analogous structures. Shoot, I started thinking about the presentation again. Forget the presentation, just think about Min. Min is holding me really tight and saying nice things to me. And we're all alone together, it's just the two of us.
Hey, nice things.
Wow, it's like she's really here.
Gay. Gay. Homosexual. Gay.
It's exactly like she's really here. 2. Birds and bats are two groups that evolved flight independently.
Dia keeps trying to imagine Min comforting her without getting sidetracked, but after an hour, she's more awake and frustrated than ever.
There's so much anxious energy pent up in my body, I feel like running a marathon. Maybe if I release all that energy, I can finally doze off.
Dia frantically starts doing sit-ups in bed. After a few sets, she switches to doing jumping jacks in the middle of her room.
Gonna need a screenshot of that. That's so relatable. That's so relatable. Yeah, become tired.
After several minutes of frenzied exercise, Dia lies back down in bed, her heart pounding.
Hopefully that didn't just make me even more awake.
Well, Dia wearily checks her clock again.
It's 2 a.m. I need to fall asleep right now so I can at least get 5 hours of sleep.
Dia ends up lying awake for a few more hours. Just as the sun begins coming up, she loses consciousness from sheer exhaustion. After what feels like a few minutes of sleep, Dia's alarms go off. Dia hits all her alarms without even bothering to open her eyes.
I don't feel rested at all. Barely got any sleep.
Her morning routine includes lying in bed for 10 minutes thinking about how tired she is.
No.
I love this game.
I'm so anxious I feel like I'm gonna explode. I don't have biology till 5th period, so I'm going to be stewing in this dread for hours.
10 minutes pass like this. Finally, Dia drags herself out of bed and steels herself for the terrifying day ahead.
Akarsha messaged me. That normally means she's on her way to my house. Which Google chat are we using? It changes its name about once a year when they kill the products.
Oh, I thought the average Google product life cycle was 4 years.
Probably. Hey, Dia. What?
That is a menacing text to get without context. Like, just no context. Someone sends that to you. What do you do?
Run. Wherever I am standing, I should not be there any longer. What is that? I googled Dia the Hedgehog, and that's what came up. Are we about to Google Dia the Hedgehog in real life?
Yeah, well, not that specific drawing, but like, there's some hedgehog fan art here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Valid. Dia has gone offline.
How can she act so normal on a day like this? I wish I was all outgoing and good at talking like her.
Dia goes outside.
Yo, ready to blow everyone out of the water with our amazing group presentation?
I just realized Akarsha has invisible oranges.
I'm prepping for my group presentation with these invisible oranges. No.
Akarsha, future metal vocalist? Future metal vocalist? I'm just saying. Dia nervously strides off, forcing Akarsha to jog to keep up with her.
Hey, hold your horses. Slow down. Some of us have average length legs, you know? Miss Long Legs? Or should I say, Daddy Long Legs? Don't call me that. You're so cold to me, bro. I'm dying here. Why would you die if you can't call me Daddy Long Legs? Weirdo. So dark and cloudy today. Think it's gonna rain. Hey, Dia. What do you think? Question mark, question mark. I wish real life had captions like on TV. No clue what anyone's ever saying to me.
Do you ever get that sometimes where you just have an entire conversation and just filler like, yeah, and then you realize you haven't internalized anything they said, and you're like, hold on, bro, I'm gonna be real with you for a moment.
Yeah, and it's been like an hour, and you just have to be like, okay, everybody, I'm really sorry, and this is gonna be awkward, but we'll get through it together. I haven't listened to anything you told me all day, and we're gonna need to fill me in starting now. So let's do that.
I'm pretty sure I did that to you once last week, where it's just you were trying to say something to me, and I just wasn't internalizing it, and then at the end, I'm like, wait, hold on.
What? What do you think happens?
Is she talking into Dia's
bad ear?
Bad
probably.
ear.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot about your ear.
Akarsha switches to Dia's other side so she can hear over the sound of traffic.
What do you think happens to a Teletubby when its screen gets destroyed? Okay,
Vital.
Go back on the other side.
Yeah, that's for the best. Do you think Teletubbies are USB compatible? Can you play
Probably
Melee on a
not.
Teletubby Tubby?
Probably yes. They probably have the
The aux inputs?
aux cable inputs.
It dies.
Almost certainly. It'd be like punching it in the heart or something. Damn, that's dark. You asked. I don't know, screens are so fragile though. If it's that important, you'd think the Teletubbies would have evolved a ribcage over it or something to protect it. But they can't. They couldn't see what's on the screens if they were covered. Must be like why our eyes don't have bones over them even though they're delicate. We wouldn't be able to see. Whoa, you might be onto something. You should become a scientist, a Teletubby scientist. I doubt the world really needs Teletubby scientists.
Well, not with that attitude. As Dia and Akarsha arrive at school, Dia feels something cold and wet to drop onto her shoulder.
It's raining. I'm heading inside.
Akarsha scurries off as the rain picks up. Soon torrents of water are pelting the ground.
I still need to get my things from my locker.
Noelle is hunched over in front of their shared locker and frowning at its contents. Good morning. We need to remove our books from the locker or they'll get soaked in the rain.
Oh no. Won't the roof overhang block it?
No, look at it. The wind's blowing the rain inward.
Yeah, we're even getting damp standing here right now.
Is that the magic rosin? Dia takes a mini travel umbrella from her backpack and opens it. As Dia diligently holds it over the two of them, Noelle holds her daily water bottle out to her without looking. Also, can you open this water bottle, please? Dia holds the umbrella with one hand and grabs the water bottle with the other.
Don't have enough hands to open it.
Dia carefully balances the water bottle on top of Noelle's head as she continues pulling her library books from their locker. Dia grips the bottle's cap with her index finger and thumb while pressing the bottle down on Noelle's head with the rest of her hand. She manages to twist it open without spilling any of the water.
I'm pretty proud of myself for pulling that off.
She closes the cap and gives it back to Noelle as she slots the last of her novels into her book bag. Thank you. I finished rescuing all my water-sensitive items. Your turn. Dia peers into her and Noelle's shared locker.
This is rosin for string instruments. The first time Noelle showed it to me, I tried to eat it.
It looks delicious, is the thing.
Why do you have this anyway? You only play piano.
It's the same kind of car she uses. She plays the cello in her orchestra class. Whenever she drops and cracks the one she's using, she leaves it in her locker and I secretly replace it with an identical copy.
Oh my god, you called it! It is the magic rosin! It's magic because it always recovers itself.
Is she long pranking Akarsha and winning?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
But it's a helpful prank, which is exactly the kind of prank Noelle would come up with.
How do you get it in her locker?
I figured out her locker combination.
Can't she tell it's just new rosin?
No, I always scratch up the top and make it look worn so it looks identical to the one she dropped. This is the third one. By now she's convinced her rosin has self-healing abilities.
Noelle goes to such lengths just to mess with Akarsha sometimes. I don't really know what to make of it. This is rosin for string instruments. It looks like you can eat it, but you can't.
Out of curiosity, Gia checks what Noelle has for lunch today.
Rice porridge. Noelle really likes this. I shouldn't eat it. I don't have much of an appetite today anyway.
Deeper in the lunchbox, there's also a Ziploc bag of neatly peeled apple slices.
Thoughtful of your mom to do that.
Do what?
Peel the apple and slice it. Most people just eat them whole.
I guess she has to show me she loves me somehow, right? Since she lacks the emotional maturity to communicate it through words, she's left to express it through actions.
Funny, that sounds like someone else I know.
Are you insinuating I'm the same as her?
Maybe.
I wish I could deny that. Does your mother do the same thing too, where after you have an argument, instead of apologizing, she just silently leaves you a plate of fruit to eat?
I thought it was just my mom who did that.
Must be an immigrant mother thing.
This is waterproof, right?
If not waterproof, at least water resistant.
Okay, just checking.
Dia slips her books and binders into her backpack.
It's the Valentine's Day card Min made for me this year. Every time I see it, I feel happy.
Oh no, it's going into your backpack and then it's not going to make its way back into the locker.
Oh no.
Oh no. You still haven't taken that home, have you?
I'm paranoid my parents will find it if I do. Min said a lot of stuff in it. Even if she were a boy, I don't think they'd be okay with it.
I see.
Guess I have to move it out of the locker or it'll get soaked and wrinkly though.
Dia carefully slips it into her binder's inside pocket.
Speaking of Valentine's Day, how's Akarsha's investigation of her secret admirer going?
Awful, and by that I mean it's going wonderfully. She is utterly lost. Her list of suspects includes a random guy in our history class, a sophomore she's never uttered a word to before, and even the lunch lady who once gave her 2 slices of pizza that were stuck together instead of one. Sure, alright.
Wow. We really can keep this up every Valentine's Day without her realizing it's us.
Yeah, as long as you don't accidentally let it slip at some point. I'm ready to head to class when you are.
Wish I could just head home and go to bed.
What? What's up?
Not much.
Just I gotta make sure we got everything from our locker.
Yeah,
Cool.
as one does.
Oh shit! You know what? We forgot something. Hold on, real quick. Just real quick.
I need a snack. Grab the rosin.
Dia loves the sound of rain when she's indoors, especially the drum of water on metal. Unfortunately, today she's so consumed with the dread over her presentation that she's totally unable to enjoy it. Her next few hours pass in a sleep-deprived haze. Dia's stomach churns with dread as she finally walks into her biology class.
It's here, the period of doom.
To her surprise, she finds Min leaning against her desk waiting for her.
Hmm? Why are you here?
You're about to do your presentation, right? Thought I'd swing by and try to pump you up for it.
Oh, thanks.
How do you feel?
I'm so nervous my stomach hurts. I even forgot to eat my gummy vitamins this morning.
Each day, Dia looks forward to eating 2 gummy vitamins. Min gives her a reassuring squeeze.
You'll be okay. You're gonna kill it. You're so cute, there's no way the teacher could give you a bad grade.
If the teacher really graded like that, he'd be in jail.
Well, if I were in charge, I'd give you an A. Anything I could do to help?
Can I have a hug and a kiss?
Yeah, of course. Won't people see, though?
It's an emergency.
Min's face lights up and she eagerly envelops Dia in a tight, warm hug. Min pulls her in for a kiss, but Dia rears back when she smells cigarette smoke on her breath. Because Dia's so tall, when she doesn't want Min to kiss her, all she has to do is stand up straight.
Yuck, were you smoking again?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
You should stop. It's bad for you. Didn't you ever see a DARE presentation in elementary school? They came to my class, and it was so scary I pledged not to do drugs or peer pressure forever.
You don't think it looks badass?
No, dare to resist drugs and violence. How'd you even start doing it?
Can I keep my butterfly knives, though?
Absolutely.
Back in Florida, I mostly hung out with a group of guys who smoked. We'd set things on fire and do other dangerous stuff.
Ah, I'm really glad she's over here with me now. But those guys aren't here anymore, so why keep doing it?
It's a pain to get the cigarettes in the first place, and stores won't sell them to people under 18. Feels like a waste not to use them. I thought it'd make me look hot.
You look hot when your hair's all messed up from kissing me. Not when your mouth tastes bad and I can't even kiss you.
Noelle scowls as she sits down at her desk. You're seriously still smoking? You need to get your life in order, Min.
I don't need to hear from you, too. I don't even do it that often.
Are you gonna be tardy for your class? The bell's gonna ring in about a minute.
Oh shit, better run.
Go, I'll live. Probably.
Tell me how it goes later, alright?
Min sprints off. Seconds later, the bell rings.
Do you think she made it?
I couldn't care less.
Min is so cool, but I hope she stopped smoking. They say people don't change, but I hope that's not true. It's too sad if it is.
Another group starts presenting at the front of the class. Dia wipes her clammy palms on her hoodie.
We're gonna get called up any minute now.
Dia, please try not to panic. When you're not speaking, you can hide behind me if you have to. Just don't bolt off, okay?
Okay. Can I hide behind you too?
No.
No fair. How come Dia gets to, but not me?
There's no reason for you to. We'll look like we're doing those dances where everyone's standing behind one person and waving their arms. You better not do that horrendous British accent.
Why not? It'll be a hit.
More like a hit on our grade. Accents aren't a proper example of divergent evolution.
But we need stuff to spice our presentation up. It's drier than the Sahara Desert.
So, this is a biology project, not a circus performance.
Can I hide behind you when we're not doing the presentation?
Moving along. Before Noelle can press Akarsha any further, the first group finishes their presentation to scattered applause. All right.
Nice.
All right, it's our turn. Come on, Dia, let's do this. Dia feels like she's having an out-of-body experience as she follows Noelle and Akarsha to the front of the class.
Oh, yeah, school dissociation time. Woo!
As Noelle brings up their PowerPoint on the computer, Dia hides behind her and nervously looks out at the class sitting before them.
I should have worn clothes that blended in with the classroom better so no one can see me. Like beige colored. I should have thought of that earlier. It's over. It's curtains for me.
Hello, everyone. We've been tasked with reviewing the patterns of macroevolution. The audience begins to nod off as soon as Noelle flicks to a slide with an essay crammed onto it in 10-point font. Let me begin with the obvious question. What is macroevolution? To understand this, we must first consider... By the time Noelle is done droning through her last tome of a slide, half the classroom is asleep. Akarsha shakes her head and sighs as she clicks to her first slide. It opens with an illustration of a finch's head.
All right, so divergent evolution.
An explosion sound effect plays as 5 more finches with different beak shapes blast onto the screen, jolting their classmates back awake.
It's when populations from a common ancestor adapt to different pressures and become more different over time. Just like how your average New Yorker talks like this, different from over here. She just switched it from a British accent to a New York one. Oh well, maybe the teacher will think it's funny. You can let this slide, Noelle. Just hold it in until after the presentation's over.
Actually, accents don't count as divergent evolution. New Yorkers aren't another species from us. They're not so different that they can't produce fertile offspring with other humans.
But if they keep things up at this rate, that might change. Think about it. Would you reproduce with someone who talks like this?
Well, what? I don't see how that's relevant. Just admit your example is invalid already.
Oh yeah?
Akarsha clicks the mouse. A stock photo of a gravestone appears on the slide with a pinwheel transition.
What if that was your gravestone? What then?
Did you add this to the PowerPoint just to use it as a comeback?
Perfect. I need to start adding preemptive comebacks into my PowerPoints. That's what I need to do.
The class giggles as Akarsha clowns through her slides, but Dia's stomach churns as they stare at the front of the room with renewed interest.
I don't want to be here. I wish I could time travel to 30 minutes from now. And with that, I pass things over to my buddy Dia.
When Dia doesn't move from her hiding spot behind Noelle, Noelle steps to the side, exposing her to the audience's view. Dia takes a deep, shaky breath before quickly rattling off the speech she's mentally rehearsed hundreds of times over the past 24 hours.
Convergent evolution is the independent evolution of similar traits in species that are only distantly related. For example, giant pandas have 6 fingers and their thumbs are opposable like primates' thumbs. These similar features are called analogous structures.
After barreling through the slide in a matter of seconds, Dia quickly flips to the next one, her hands shaking from nerves.
Another example of convergent evolution are birds and bats. Birds and bats are 2 groups that evolve flight independently.
She manages to zoom through the rest of the presentation in about a minute flat. After their classmates give them a tepid round of applause, Dia follows Noelle and Akarsha back to her seat in a daze. Well, at least that's over with.
It's over. I'm free.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Actually, it was. Think I'll be quiet for the rest of the day to recover from that.
Mood. Big fucking mood right there. You ever have those days where you're like, yeah, today's gonna be just a quiet day now?
Yep.
To Dia's relief, the weather clears up just in time for the baseball club meeting. Sakura goes up to bat, and Dia readies herself to catch Min's next pitch.
Besides Min's signature knuckler, the only pitch she knows is a fastball. It's pretty mediocre compared to her knuckleball, so she rarely uses it except during practice like this.
Min hurls one of those fastballs to Sakura. Sakura flinches as she gets drilled on the shoulder by the baseball. Ow! Oh shit, oops.
You okay over there?
Yeah, I'm good. Don't think that one broke anything.
Walk it off. At least if this were a game, you'd get to head over to first base as a consolation prize. Wait, so getting hit is like a free pass to first base?
It's not free, it hurts. Sakura walks up, rubbing her shoulder. Akarsha eagerly takes her place at the plate. Min throws a pitch her way, but instead of swinging the bat, Akarsha purposely leans in toward the ball. It narrowly misses her, and Dia manages to recover from her surprise in time to catch it. The fuck is wrong with you?
I'm becoming a hit by pitch specialist. I watched a YouTube video about this.
There's a really good Dorktown episode on the... What's his... Was it Brandon Geyer?
I don't remember which...
I don't remember.
Which guy.
There's a Dorktown episode about the baseball player who most effectively used getting hit by a pitch as a way to get on base, which is... I don't like baseball. It is incredible to watch.
If I can master getting beamed as much as possible, it'll guarantee I always make it to first base. Why would you do that instead of just hitting the ball? Hitting the ball is so fun. Hit me, I know you wanna.
Stop. Stop making this weird.
Homophobic hate crime.
What?
The B in LGBT stands for baseball, just saying.
Yeah, well, I think the B is for bitch. Having lost her patience, Min beans Akarsha on purpose.
Owie!
Liz's face of infinite patience.
If you keep this up, the B in LGBT is gonna stand for broken bones.
Thanks. Thanks, Krissa. After practice, Dia slings a big equipment bag over each of her shoulders and hauls them back to the locker room.
I'm being so helpful. I hope someone notices how many bags I'm carrying. Wow, Dia, you're carrying 2 bags at once. Thank you for helping.
Dia happily heads up the hill with a spring in her step.
Say, Dia, do you watch The Bachelor?
Bewildered, Dia shakes her head.
What is that, a show? I don't watch much TV except sports, Animal Planet, and the Discovery Channel. So when people talk about movies and shows, I usually don't know any of them. You should try it. We need more people to talk about it with. My mom and I started watching it this season, and we're obsessed. What's it about? Basically, 30 women try to date the same guy at the same time. Each week, the guy eliminates some of them until finally he proposes to the last one standing. My mom would definitely never watch that with me. She'd be so scandalized. Your mom likes watching shows like this? Yeah, she's the one who got into it first. She spread it to us like a virus, and now we're infected too. The way you put that makes it sound like a zombie apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
Wish I had something like that with my parents. I feel like I have nothing in common with them. They don't try to get you into the things they like? Not really. For instance, I initially got into baseball because my dad is, well... Alright, there's no nice way to put this. My dad's really weird. There definitely could have been a nicer way to put that. Whenever he drives, he makes us listen to radio broadcasts of Mariners games.
Okay, hold on. That's 2 for 2 on the John Boys documentaries here. What are the odds the author is a fan? I think if we get to a third one, right? If they start talking about Dave Steeb in here, then I think then we're done. Then we're done.
The Mariners? You're not even from Seattle. Ichiro is an incredible player, though. But he's a weirdo. The guy only decided to stay in Seattle because his dog told him to. So, I would stay in Seattle if my dog told me to, too. He does grow on you. They're all such strange little guys. I think that's just your Stockholm Syndrome speaking. Who knows? Maybe it is. As for my mom, her thing is Madonna CDs. I could sing every word of True Blue since kindergarten. Isn't the first song about a teenage girl not wanting to get an abortion? I didn't say I understood every word. Maybe listening to all that Madonna did something to you as a little kid. Excuse me? What was that? I take it back. I take it back. I have no clue what kind of music my mom likes. All I know are which songs she hates on the radio. And she doesn't know what kind of music I like either. Or my favorite movie or favorite color, anything like that. I've known her my whole life and we still don't even know basic facts about each other. That's so sad. I want to have a good relationship with my parents too.
Dia listens to her teammates chat as she changes out of her baseball uniform.
Kia, don't look at my hairy legs. I haven't shaved for like 2 days.
You shave that often? I just start doing it when it looks gnarly.
Your hair's not all coarse and gross like mine. I have to do it every other day or I start looking like a gorilla. Girls are supposed to shave? I've always wondered why no one's leg hair is really obvious except for mine. That must be the secret.
Oh, that fun moment when you realize something that everyone else has been doing that you haven't been told about. Whee!
Good thing I'm wearing long pants that cover up my legs.
Suddenly, self-conscious, Dia inspects her arm hair.
Even my arm hair is pretty obvious. My hair is just all really thick and dark. There's even hair on my fingers. Is that normal? Maybe everyone's secretly judging me when they see it.
After the club meeting, Dia gets into her mom's car with renewed determination. How was your day at school, honey?
Okay.
Did the presentation go well?
Think so. Just glad it's over. When I grow up, I'm going to find a job where I never have to talk to people.
Oh my god, if you ever find that job, let me know. Dia's mom smiles knowingly and shakes her head. I'm the same way. I'm embarrassed of my accident. It makes phone calls so scary. Talking to workers in stores makes me so nervous, too.
Me too. I wish we could write questions on a piece of paper, and they have to write their answer back, too.
Be the best if you could just slip the paper through an opening in the wall so they don't even know what you look like.
Wow, I'm enjoying talking to my mom. I guess it's only natural that we have some things in common. I forget that sometimes. She used to do long-distance running in India, and she always encouraged me to play sports because it was good for my health. Maybe I can ask her about something else that's been bothering me.
Emboldened by her success, Dia speaks up as they sit at a red light.
Can you get razors next time you go shopping?
Razors? What for?
To shave. My leg hair is really long.
Dia's heart sinks as her mom wrinkles her nose with distaste. Don't do it. Shaving will make the hair grow back thicker and darker.
That doesn't sound true. Pretty sure that's a myth.
No, it's true. Shaving is a terrible idea.
But all the other girls at school are doing it.
That's because it's Christian culture. Our family doesn't follow those rules. Why do you want to shave so bad anyway? You trying to show yourself off to boys?
No.
You're too young. Who is it for? Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Are you sure? Look at me.
Good thing I can actually answer this honestly. I'm not lying. I don't have a boyfriend.
Her mom scrutinizes Dia's face for a moment before turning away, seemingly satisfied. Good, because you need to focus on school. The right time to date is in college. That's when you'll be able to find a nice boy who meets all the requirements.
Requirements? What requirements?
You know, just the regular ones. Someone who's Hindu like us, doesn't smoke, has high income.
Yeah, I definitely can't tell her about men. What if I wanted to date someone different, like a non-Indian person?
No, a white person wouldn't understand our culture. Plus, whites do drugs and don't know how to save money. I'm feeling personally attacked right now. Just remember, no BMWs, no blacks, Muslims, or whites.
That's so racist. I don't even want to know what she thinks of Korean people. What you want is unrealistic. How can you immigrate to a country where we're less than 1% of the population, and then expect me to marry the way you did in India?
It's not unrealistic. My friend Himaj's daughter did it. You're not any less pretty or smart than she is. You can find a way too.
It's not that easy. I can't control who I fall in love with. If I fall in love with someone who doesn't match your criteria, I'm not going to turn them away just for you.
No, that's not right. If you marry a waste fellow, what will other people think?
Why does it matter what other people think? My opinion should be the most important one.
No, this is bigger than just you. You have to consider how it affects everyone, like your parents. If you marry a white man, everyone will think you're a self-hating Indian, and your parents didn't raise you with correct values. Or it looks bad enough that we let you quit Carnatic music because you wanted to play baseball.
So you're asking me to give up my whole life in exchange for 10 seconds of approval from some aunties?
I had to marry within my parents' requirements too.
Just because you put up with mistreatment from them doesn't mean I should put up with the same thing from you.
Mistreatment? I turned out perfectly fine. How could it be mistreatment?
I don't think you turned out fine at all.
Your way of thinking about this, that's the way of thinking from Christian countries. Indians aren't like that. They're not so selfish.
Well, this isn't India. I'm American.
What, do you think you're white? Doesn't matter where you are, you're still Indian. You'll have to honor your culture.
Why do I have to follow the rules of a country I've never lived in before?
As long as you're under our roof, you will. This is an Indian household.
Could it be that my mom thinks people don't change because she doesn't change? It's like her opinions are frozen in time, from 20 years ago when she left India. And they never shifted to match the world around her. They're just stuck.
They spend the rest of the their drive home in stony silence. The next day. Dia hits her alarms and flops back in bed. Her morning routine includes lying in bed for 10 minutes thinking about how tired she is. No. Suddenly her bedroom door squeaks open. I need to head out early today. Here, I'll put your lunch in your backpack.
Oh no.
The story soothsayer.
Oh no.
Dia's blood runs cold as her mom unzips her backpack.
She'll see the Valentine's Day card.
Dia bolts upright and snatches the backpack from her mom's grasp.
I'll put it in myself.
Why are you being so secretive? I can't even look at my own child's backpack anymore?
I'm not a baby. I should get to have privacy too.
Dia's mom sighs as Dia puts her bagged lunch into her backpack. You know, it's really hurtful that you hide everything from me. You're so quiet. I wish you could talk to me like my friends' kids talk to them. My friend's son even tells them about the girls he likes. He tells them everything. Makes me sad. I wish we had that kind of relationship.
You think I wanted it to be like this? I didn't just decide not to talk to you all on my own.
What are you going on about?
How are you not able to put two and two together? I want to be able to talk to you too. But I don't feel like I can. Every time I open up to you, I regret it. You always have some bad reaction to something I say.
Like what?
Like the time I told you about my friend and you said I wasn't allowed to talk to her anymore.
What are you talking about? That never happened.
Yes, it did. After school when I was in 3rd grade.
3rd grade? You really go through life collecting pointless grudges from years ago? How can you use something I don't even remember to argue against me?
How can two people perceive the same conversation so differently? To me, it was one of the worst memories of my life, one that still affects how I act around her every day. But to her, it was an uneventful car ride. I need to give a different example. You didn't only make mistakes in the past, you never changed. Like yesterday, I asked you to buy razors for me and you lectured me about dating.
I'm your mom. I'm supposed to say no when you want something that's bad for you. If your own parents won't tell you when you're doing something wrong, who will?
Of course you're supposed to stop me from doing really bad things, but I feel like you think your only job as a parent is to lecture me every chance you see. Sometimes I just want to have a normal, not negative conversation.
And what do you want me to do? Just keep my opinion to myself and agree with everything you say? If I were your friend, sure, I could do that, but it's not my role. I'm your mother. I'm supposed to help you. Tears well up in Dia's eyes from frustration.
Oh, great. Not now. I hate how I can't argue with anyone without crying. You think you're helping me, but all you do is give me anxiety. I feel like every time I speak to you honestly, I'm punished for it.
So me speaking my mind is punishing you. How can you not allow me to say what I think? How do you think that makes me feel? Both of them freeze as the doorbell rings.
It's Akarsha. I can't let her see me like this. Yo.
Dia flings open the door and darts past Akarsha.
Whoa. Homie, wait up.
Dia ignores her and sprints down the sidewalk. The frenetic slap of flip-flops on concrete behind her gets louder and louder until suddenly a hand grabs her forearm.
Gotcha.
Dia reluctantly slows to a stop and lets Akarsha catch her breath.
What's with you today, Usain Bolt? Got in a fight with my mom.
Dia wipes her tear-streaked face with a sniffle.
She gave up her whole life for me. I'm the person she loves the most in the world. But we can't even have a normal conversation without hurting each other. It's just sad.
It takes a few seconds for Akarsha to recover enough to choke out a response.
Bro, that sucks. Do your parents know you're bi? Sorta. We haven't really had that conversation yet, but they definitely know I'm a little funky. How do you think they'll react when you tell them? I don't know, but they're pretty open-minded, so I think they'll get over it. Lucky. My parents will freak out if I come out. But I feel like a bad gay person for hiding it. Why? Instead of trying to educate them, I'm living a lie. Dude, it's not your job to educate your parents if it'll ruin your life. The gays aren't gonna come arrest you. It's not bad to, worry about surviving first. Sooner or later, we're gonna get caught, though. We're so bad at keeping things secret. And if I want to live with Min someday, that's gonna be impossible to hide. Especially since we're gonna move really far away. Huh? Where are you going? Don't know yet, but somewhere far from her parents, so she doesn't have to see them unless she wants to. When we do that, my parents will notice I'm gone too. Yeah, but by then you'll be an adult. They won't be able to stop you from doing anything. But they'll still be really upset, and I don't want that either. They'll get over it eventually. Dealing with Adesi parents is like the 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. You don't know that. My parents aren't like yours. Do your parents really love you? Yes. Then it's still the same. It might take ages, but they'll get over it eventually. Like in baseball speak, you're not trying to hit a home run off a single pitch. It's more like a 9-inning baseball game. You gotta be in it for the long haul and wear them down over time. Is that the best I can hope for, though? I wish I were closer to my mom, but it's hard to feel loved by someone who doesn't really know you. It's like our relationship was built on air. There's nothing there because she's always loved a version of me that doesn't exist.
When they're waiting at a crosswalk, Dia takes the chance to dig a tissue out of her pocket and blow her nose.
It's not even like my parents are as bad as Min's. They're not violent or abusive, and they try to support my interests. My mom was never trying to hurt me, she just doesn't know any better. In the grand scheme of things, I'm spoiled. I live in a nice house, and my mom cooks me delicious food every day. But it still hurts to think about the kind of parents I could have had.
Akarsha smacks Dia on the back as they near the school.
Come on, dude, cheer up. 10,000 gay people are born every second. In the time since we left your house, 3 million gay people drew their first breath. That can't be right. If people were born that fast, the population would grow by billions every month. Where'd you get those numbers from? I made them up for dramatic effect. Hey, Dia. Do you think it's possible for a baseball player to mold her hair into a huge bowl shape and use it to catch the ball? Absolutely. It counts.
Dia nods.
Why not? Right? It'd make fielding grounders way easier. We just have to lie face down on the dirt and wait for the ball to roll in. Maybe our whole team should grow our hair out and try this. I feel like between this, the gene doping, and men's steroids idea, the sport of baseball isn't ready for us.
Akarsha grimaces as they reach the school campus.
I have this huge cramp from chasing you earlier. I'm all sweaty now, too. Not my fault. Get in shape. I'm gonna go wash up and take a tinkle. Can you not say it like that? Not say it like what? The tinkle thing. Too descriptive.
Unfortunately, Akarsha is already out of earshot and saunters off without answering. As she opens her locker, Min comes up behind her. Good morning.
Min taught me that phrase a long time ago. It means hi in Korean.
Something tells me it doesn't mean hi in Korean. Something tells me that doesn't mean hi in Korean.
Maybe she's touched that I still remember it?
Dia laces their hands together.
I like teaching each other all these phrases. It's like a secret code.
Yeah, we can even say romantic stuff without other people knowing. Like spies. Min brings Dia's hand to her lips and presses a kiss to her knuckles.
Keyboard smash. Min is so romantic. She's like a prince.
Suddenly, Dia realizes how close a view of Min is getting of her hand.
I have hair on my hands and fingers. She's going to see it.
Dia frantically wrenches her hand out of Min's grip. What's up?
I guess Min likes me so much, nothing bad's gonna happen if I tell her. There's hair on my hands. I didn't want you to see.
Min looks utterly dumbfounded. What?
They're hairy. My arms, too. When I wear short sleeves, you can even see it from far away.
Really? I never noticed.
Huh? I thought Min of all people would have noticed. She spends so much time staring at me. I'll show you. My leg hair is even worse.
Dia nervously rolls up one of her leggings to reveal her hairy legs. I mean, yeah, I see it now, but it's just hair.
I'm glad you're not grossed out by it. But it still might make me feel better to shave it.
I won't stop you, but you really don't have to. You're drop dead gorgeous with or without it. Think about those poodles you like. The ones with the curly hair.
Carpet dogs.
Yeah, whatever you want to call them. They have fur all over their legs, don't they? Doesn't look so weird when people shave their legs bare.
Yeah.
How's your leg hair any different? It's just a normal part of you. It doesn't make it any less cute.
I guess that kind of makes sense.
Makes total sense. The other way around, it doesn't make sense. It pisses me off when I notice all the crap the world tries to force on girls.
Min gets really fired up when she talks about this stuff.
Like this leg and armpit shaving shit, making them think that we have to pink and have long hair. If you have a brother like I do, the difference is really obvious. It's all fake.
Min is so smart. Thanks, I feel a little better now.
Good. Anyone makes fun of you for it, I'll be really, really mean to them.
No one's around right now. I really want to kiss her.
Dia leans in and Min catches her lips in a fierce kiss. When they break apart, Min looks very proud of herself. Notice anything different?
That was a really nice kiss, but I have no idea what she's talking about.
I got rid of the rest of my cigarettes.
You threw them away?
No way, I sold them to some junior for $15. You know what? Sure, okay.
That's not good.
Well, at least it's not me smoking them anymore.
That's true. Was it hard to quit?
It's not like I was addicted, so it wasn't that bad.
I was a little worried she wouldn't listen, but now that she did, I almost feel guilty. Thanks. But I feel a bit bad I made you change just for me.
Huh? You didn't make me do anything. I decided to quit because I figured it'd make me happy if I got to kiss you more. Noah kept sending me these long and annoying as fuck studies, gloating that she was going to live longer than me, too. Honestly, it was worth it just to make her shut up about it. Bitch, I'm going to outlive you.
But still, if you weren't dating me, you wouldn't have quit.
I guess not. Isn't that what people mean when they say a couple's good for each other? Like they bring out the best in each other, right?
Oh, I guess people do say that too. I'm happy you quit. Think I'm just not used to being listened to like this.
I mean, I'd be a pretty shitty girlfriend if I didn't care when something was bothering you, right? I know you do the same for me.
That's true. I can't believe that worked. I'm glad I said something. But isn't it common sense that you can't change people?
Huh? That sounds so cynical.
But sometimes it does happen. Sometimes you want someone to change and they won't.
I mean, I guess it's technically true. You can't change people. All you can do is tell them how they make you feel, and then it's up to them to change, right? Some people make that leap for you and others won't.
Yeah. I think I just need to make my peace with that.
I'll always make that leap for you, though. Even if it was from a car to a truck while they're still driving really fast, like in The Matrix.
That sounds scary. I hope that never happens.
I hope it does. But I wouldn't get hurt at all, and I look really badass doing it.
You already look badass doing normal stuff like pitching. Why this?
Dia's heart rate quickens with excitement as Min pulls her into another kiss. Dia shudders as Min slips a hand up her shirt, sliding her warm palm across the small of her back.
Keyboard smash.
Is this okay? Min's hand is hot against her bare skin.
Once you get over the initial shock of it, it feels nice.
Want me to stop? Dia shakes her head, hiding her burning face in the crook of Min's neck. Min withdraws her hand, looking uncertain. Not gonna do it unless you say you want me to.
I just need to spit it out. It's not fair to always make her guess whether I'm having fun or not. Even if she's good at it, I need to help her out sometimes. It's just Min. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Please don't stop.
A wicked grin crosses Min's face, sending a rush of heat through Dia's body. Good, then I won't. Listen, can I please get my textbooks? Can you just duck? Or a yard to the left. I'm not even that, like a couple of feet. I'm not asking much here. You're blocking the locker.
I'm what?
Your blocker.
Thank you.
That evening, Dia is doing her homework when her bedroom door opens. Her mom silently places a bowl of sliced mango on Dia's desk and leaves the room. Dia nibbles on the fruit and continues working on her assignment. Hey! Min. Min CO for the win, CO. Got him? Got him? I think I got him.
Yep.
Oh, don't get too close on water over there. Oh, wait, hold on. Tiny Min say.
Oh, come on. What's the point of a field trip to a bayou if we don't even get to splash around in it a little?
I mean, there might be alligators in there. It's probably dangerous.
Min sullenly trudges along the edge of the bayou with the rest of her classmates.
I miss California. I just moved here a couple months ago. Before, the only white people I knew were Hayden and my teachers. Every single kid in our class is white except me and June. I can't believe Hayden was right. Our school in California really wasn't anything like the rest of America.
Oh, this bayou has a lot of biodiversity. Does anyone know what that means?
Junsia raises his hand. The teacher pauses awkwardly before nodding to him.
Oh, sorry. How do you pronounce your name again?
Jun Seo.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, Jun Seo.
She nods with her brows furrowed, still looking lost.
Oh, is it okay if I call you John instead?
Okay. Oof.
Okay.
Okay? Looking embarrassed, June ignores her and answers the question like nothing happened.
Biodiversity is when there's a lot of different kinds of plants and animals living somewhere.
That's right, John.
Oh, that's right, John. A variety of animals thrive in this habitat. Let's see which ones I can spot from here. Yes, Sarah?
I see a fish in the water.
Min hisses to her twin under her breath as the lesson continues.
What was that? Now the teacher's gonna think it's okay to call me Minnie or something. People start calling me Minnie Mouse, it'll be the absolute worst.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
It better not. I hate Minnie Mouse. She's weak and wimpy looking. Bet if someone punched her in the gut, she'd just die. Gotta make the teacher call you the right name.
No, don't. I don't want to make a huge deal out of it.
But you should make a huge deal out of it. It's your name.
It's fine. John's close enough.
Oh, looks like the ant walk's ready for us now. Everyone follow me.
You see he's got an Arthur shirt on?
Yeah.
Their class continues down the trail, passing a group from another school. Many of the kids gawk at her and June with unabashed curiosity as they pass by. One boy pulls his eyes into slits with his fingers as his friends giggle. Do we have to say the racist stuff aloud? Can we?
We can skip.
Is that all right with you? Y'all can read the screen if you want to. Yeah. I don't need an audio clip of me being racist.
Yeah.
What the? You want to go, dickhead? Fight me!
Oh!
Min's
Min
battle
CO fight
theme.
track. Oh, he's still being racist. Got it.
I don't sound like that, bitch.
Enraged, Min punches the kid in the face.
Critical hit.
He topples backwards. There's this huge splash and he lands on his butt in the shallows of the bayou. Min seizes his head before he can get up and dunks it into the muddy water.
Get him, Gators.
Min, stop it.
Hey, get off him! Half an hour later, Min sits seething in the backseat as her dad drives her and June home.
What's wrong with you? Are you brain damaged? Now look, I have to pick you up in the middle of work because you couldn't behave yourself. I was good. I don't see why I have to be punished too.
I didn't do anything wrong either.
Your teacher said you tried to drown a boy.
That's a lie. I was only holding him underwater so the alligators would bite him.
That's not any better.
Wait, hold on. Have to be a little higher because she's younger. This one. Their dad curses and lays down the horn as a Honda changes into their lane.
Son of a bitch, he cut me off.
The car lurches forward with squealing tires. Her dad is racing to catch up to the offending Honda, his eyes wild.
What's he doing? He's gone nuts.
A horrible cold wash runs down Min's spine as her dad maintains his breakneck speed beside the Honda and lays down on the horn. June screams as their dad violently swerves into the Honda, threatening to collide with them. The other driver is forced to veer off the road to avoid crashing.
What's wrong with you?
He was at fault. I wasn't going to let him get away with it.
What are you, crazy? You could have crashed.
It's your fault for making me so mad in the first place. It's bullshit. How come no one else has kids as brain damaged as you? Disrespect me again and I'll really make you regret it.
Min remembers the time her dad threw a 3-pound paperweight at her head because she cut her hair short and goes quiet. Fuming, her dad pulls over on the side of the road so he can focus on yelling at them.
Tomorrow at school, you say sorry to your teacher for causing so much trouble.
Why should I have to apologize? I didn't do anything wrong. That jerk was asking for it. He's being racist and saying we didn't know English.
It doesn't matter what he said. What's going to happen? You'll lose an arm if you don't hit him. Don't go crazy when things like that happen.
Interesting advice you have there.
What you just did, huh? You went ballistic 5 minutes ago.
Can't you be more like your brother? June is so well behaved.
You don't understand. You weren't there.
You think you're the only one who's had a hard time in the world? People wouldn't even hire me because of my accent. Who wants a manager who's an immigrant? When I got rejected from job after job, what was I going to do? Complain? Cry like a baby? Why do I have to sit through this lecture too? I didn't even do anything. Be quiet. It's an important life lesson. Just listen. If I got mad like Min Seo and beat up all the people who rejected me, you know what would have happened? I would have landed in jail, and you'd all starve to death. But that's not what happened. Instead, I just worked harder. I got certifications, studied day and night. I got rid of my accent. And then I was so much more qualified than all the white guys, companies were forced to see how skilled I was. See, you have to be smart. Wasting time whining about it is never going to solve anything. This is you, whining.
Min's dad imitates her in a high-pitched voice.
So unfair, no fair. Crybaby.
Someday I'm going to kill you. Someday I'm going to kill you.
I got a Pokemon the First movie poster.
Hey.
That's cute. At home, Min and June hold an emergency meeting in their room.
This is an emergency meeting of the I Hate Dad Club. Club President and Strike Force Commander Min will read our agenda today.
Our agenda today is complain about how much Dad sucks. Still good at not getting mad at work. How he gets mad at us all the time, huh?
I mean, I feel like it's all connected.
What do you mean?
Maybe he bottles up all his bad feelings at work, so when we do anything, he blows up on us. In his head, maybe it's okay for him to yell at us because he's our dad.
Well, he's not allowed to yell at me for getting mad when he's not any better. Can't believe he sided with the teacher instead of me. What a coward. I hate racists. They should all die.
I feel like he had a point about the fight you got into, though.
What? You're demoted.
You can't demote me. I'm the chief demoter, remember?
Screw that. You're my own twin and you're betraying me. You were there too. You of all people should get how I feel.
It's your fault I got in trouble. Dad's right that we shouldn't react like that to bullies. We should try to be the bigger person.
No, they have to die. If other people are bad, we should get to be just as bad.
Didn't you learn anything today? We don't get to be bad. It'll just get us in trouble. And when you talk back to Dad, it just makes him go crazy. When are you gonna learn?
She's like Mom. How come no one will stand up against him except for me? What's your idea then, genius? Be a wimpy loser like him?
I don't know. Maybe if we just laugh along, the other kids will want to be our friends.
5 years later. California.
Min, can you act?
I guess so. Why?
Can you be in a video we're making for English?
Sure. What's the video?
Dia reties her ponytail, but most of her short hair immediately falls out of the elastic and ends up framing her face. Min gently tucks a curly lock behind Dia's ear, making her girlfriend blush as her fingertips brush her skin.
We have to make a video about current events. So we chose saving the Grey Wolves.
Who's we?
Us and Noel.
How do you guys keep getting these 3-person group projects? My teachers usually do groups of 4.
They are 4-person projects, it's just that usually no one else wants to be in our group.
Oh.
That's why we need more people to act out the skit we wrote.
Actually, if we just made a few simple cuts to the script, 3 people would be more than enough. Your feelings on the subject matter are distorting your judgment.
No, we need 3 people for the wolf family alone.
There's no point in showing an entire family of wolves. Just a single wolf will suffice.
No, it's more sad if there's also a mommy and daddy. Yeah, stop censoring our artistic vision.
Never seen you two gang up on Noelle like this before.
It's because she's wrong about this. If we're gonna make a video, it's our chance to create a masterpiece. We can make it so funny.
Funny? Doesn't sound like the same thing Dia's going for.
I want it to be like How to Be Ninja.
Oh my god. What's that?
You haven't seen it?
No?
You have to watch it. It's the funniest video I've ever seen. I found it on this website called YouTube yesterday.
Oh, sorry, I just felt very old for a second there.
I even converted it to MP4 online so I could watch it on my iPod.
I get it! You don't have to come at me personally like this. I get it. Do you want to know what's worse?
What?
I intentionally had an iPod and a flip phone up until like, what year was it that I finally gave in? Because it was like, wasn't more than like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like it was late.
Yeah, it was shortly after I got a smartphone for the first time, right?
Yeah, it was late into the 2010s. It was the back half of the 2010s when I finally gave up my flip phone, gave up my iPod. It was not a fun scene. Min puts in one of Akarsha's earbuds so she can hear the video. Akarsha takes the other. In a living room, 2 teenage boys do cartwheels and kip-ups to the song Kung Fu Fighting.
Oh, they're both Asian? They look about our age.
Hey, you want to learn how to defend yourself? Are you tired of bullies picking you on you all the time? Well, then How to Be a Ninja is the DVD for you. The boy in the video bows.
Oof.
Okay, so I'm beginning to think that maybe, okay. So we're just gonna, yeah, huh.
I don't know if I've ever seen 2 Asian kids being like me starring in anything before. They're being funny and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just say you can read along on yourself for this part. Already, Akarsha's cracking up so hard at the kid's line delivery, the iPod is quaking in her hands.
Never seen a video like this in my whole life. It's hilarious.
After a kung fu battle that culminates in one of the kids resorting to using a fake gun, the bloopers play. The boys repeatedly dissolve into laughter over the accent they're doing.
Look like they had so much fun making this.
Right? It's so inspirational. They're like our age, and they made such an awesome video. If they can create something that iconic, so can we.
Must I remind you that this is a school assignment that we're being graded on?
We're still following the grading rubric.
Are you? I didn't see Gun for Academy Award on there. The script you two have written is wildly overambitious.
Yeah.
Under the table, Akarsha immobilizes one of Noelle's feet by sandwiching it between 2 of her own feet like tongs.
Got you. Captured.
I'm not captured. Noelle wiggles her foot free. When Akarsha tries to trap it again, Noelle retaliates by pitting one of Akarsha's feet against the leg of the table.
No fair. I'm wearing flip-flops while you have real shoes. You gotta go easy on me.
You chose the... You chose the battleground. You don't get to complain.
I didn't start this war, but I'll finish it.
But I will finish it.
What the hell? They always act so demented around each other. When you're done playing footsies, can we talk about what you guys actually need from me?
Akarsha and Noelle freeze, looking embarrassed. What?
Hello? Because I'm acting in your project?
Can you meet us at the park this weekend? Yeah, that's where we're filming. There's a kind of woodsy looking spot at the edge of it.
Do I need to bring anything?
No, just you. We're still working on the script, so we'll give it to you there. We'll take care of the costumes too. Sakura and Yuki have a ton of stuff we can use, so they're gonna bring it all. Oh no.
Cool. Oh no. So what are the odds we get furry outfit versions of the characters? I just want...
Cool, I'll be there.
The park. Oh no.
When Min gets there, she spots Akarsha waiting in the shade under a tree.
Yo, where is everyone?
Noelle said Dia's mom just picked her up.
So annoying how Dia's mom has always been fine with Noelle, but not me.
And Sakura and Yuki are running late because they couldn't find a hat they wanted to bring. We don't need Krissa and Liz till the 4th scene or so I told them they could show up whenever.
What the? They're acting in it too?
Yeah, we pretty much ended up summoning the entire baseball club to help.
Min joins Akarsha under the shade.
So any progress on your crush?
Didn't I already tell you I got rejected?
You told me you half-assed a confession through fucking text before chickening out and passing it off as a joke.
Well, I was flirting pretty hard before that happened, so either way, they should have gotten the message, at least subliminally.
Subliminally? Have you been listening to a thing I've been saying? Go big or go home. I literally can't even tell who it was you're flirting with.
Okay, I know.
What's next, confessing to them on April Fool's Day?
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
You've got to be kidding me.
When Dia and Noelle show up, Min runs over and presses a kiss to Dia's cheek.
I love you.
I told Dia that phrase meant hi a really long time ago. Maybe you should come clean about it now that we're actually dating. I don't want her to stop saying it, though. Noelle weirdly hands Min her script. While you're waiting for the others, you can at least familiarize yourself with your lines. It's unseasonably hot out, so Min fans Dia with the script.
Who am I playing?
The evil hunter.
Whoa, sick! So what do I do?
Are you illiterate? Just read the script.
I will, just give me a Spark Notes version first.
To summarize, gray wolves are set to be removed from the endangered species list. I'll be playing a reporter. First, I'll interview an environmentalist, Dia. Next, I'll interview you, an evil hunter. Lastly, I'll interview a family of wolves on their opinion. During this last interview, the evil hunter kills the wolf pup, played by Akarsha.
You really don't like the script, huh?
It is clearly biased. Does it make sense to extend a special treatment to wolves just because they are cute and fuzzy?
It makes sense in my heart.
From an objective numerical standpoint, their populations have recovered enough that those protections are no longer needed.
Humans have a thriving population too. Does that mean aliens are allowed to hunt us for sport?
Honestly, yes. Min reads the script as they argue. It's physically battered and marked with edits.
Must have been fighting over this for hours.
Guys, wait, I have another idea. I just saw a video of a guy setting a pile of leaves on fire and it exploded. Can we try to work that into the video too?
No! Dia slips her hand into Min's as Akarsha and Noelle argue.
Looks like we have some time to kill before everyone else arrives.
Min looks around the park. And we'll find out what's happening in this park. Here's, you gotta
Next
say
time? Wow.
Next time. It's time for next time.
I see.
Thanks for leaving me hanging there for an uncomfortably awkward amount of time. I bet everyone left the video during that awkward pause. No one's even gonna be here for the goodbye and the thanks for watching. Do you know whose fault that is? I want you to think about it for a moment. Whose fault do you think that is?
I don't know. Tell me. What a hard riddle.
See you all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.